Hi, my name is Connor Mead, and I'm here today at the 2017 Canadian Science Policy Conference. And joining me today is Andrew Campbell, the Executive Director of Innovation 150. So Andrew, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you.
Very welcome to, and happy to be here, Connor.
Great. So to start us off, I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about what is Innovation 150, what makes it important, and what makes it a unique initiative?
Yeah, so Innovation 150 is one of the signature initiatives of Canada 150. And in this year where we were looking at great things that are going on in Canada and looking at the ways that Canadians could celebrate and participate, one of the pieces that we wanted to look at was how innovation played into that. And obviously with the 5 great organizations that we have that have been able to come together to make Innovation 150, take it on the road across the country. Many millions of young Canadians have also followed through websites and social media for Innovation 150. It's been a great way to get that innovation, science, technology, engineering, math story out to Canadians, and at the same time hear from them in many cases about what they love about that innovation that's gone on in Canada.
Fantastic. So over this 2-year adventure, what are some of the most interesting and memorable things that you've learned about the Canadian innovation community?
Yeah, certainly, I guess, how long innovation has been going on actually in Canada. And if you look right back to pre-Confederation and with Indigenous people, and, you know, when Canadians start to think about, you know, the kayak and just like games like lacrosse and some of those types of innovations that have gone on in Canada for generations. But it's also what we have done as Canadians to really contribute to the world. One, I think, is one of the amazing pieces of the innovation that we've had as Canadians. You know, when you think of insulin and or what we've done in sort of innovative housing, you know, these are great to today. I mean, everybody always thinks of, you know, the technologies that we see today, and then going forward, just what world leaders we are right now in the world of quantum, for instance, is, you know, it makes you proud to be Canadian, but it also makes you hopeful for the youth of today that there will be lots going on for the next 150 years.
Absolutely. So here we are sort of coming to the end of 2017. So I wonder if you could speak to what you see as the place of innovation within the overall legacy of Canada 150.
And I think one of the cool things about what's happened through Canada 150, and one of our themes was youth and obviously the environment, reconciliation and diversity. I think when you look at that inclusion and diversity, being out there with Innovation 150 has really exposed lots of people, whether they're rural Canadians, whether they're inner city Canadians, of whatever walk of life as well, obviously going to Indigenous communities, has been able to show people that, you know, innovation is one of the bridgers. It is one of the ways forward. And I think, you know, if one of the legacies is we've inspired some kids across the country, we've inspired the youth to look at what they can do and the possibilities that are just out there for them, then that's the greatest legacy that we can have.
Fantastic. So my last question before we wrap up, for those who are viewing at home, what's the best place to go online to learn about Innovation 150 and to participate in it?
Right, I think one of the easiest ways is just to look at Canada 150, but Innovation 150 has their own website, so that's great to go on. As well, Ingenium, the Museums of Science and Technology, you can get at it through that. As well, if you've got an app on your mobile phone, the Passport 2017 app also gives you lots of information on how to tie back in. So lots of ways to come across Innovation 150 and just Canada 150 in general.
Fantastic. Well, Andrew Campbell, Innovation 150, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having this conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Connor.